Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you a little bit about getting played. You know, AI, dating sites, Facebook. I'm in the midst of trying to date again. And here in the Philippines, especially here in Dumaguete, it's hard for an older expat who's been living here a while to get back out there, get on the horse and start dating again. First of all, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the apps. The dating apps all suck. They're all played out. Every dating app. The girls are free and you guys pay. I would have to pay. We all have to pay. We're getting played. What happens is you go on free, you put up your profile and everything. Next thing you know, you got 100 messages. If you want to read those messages, you need to pay. You need to pay to play. And they're just sucking you in on these dating apps. They've been around so long now, and ever since, the pandemic ended and everybody's here now, these girls are sharp. These girls are sharp. The ones that are on there are not really looking for a long-term relationship. They're looking for some guy, a meal ticket maybe. I don't know what they're looking for, but they're not looking for me. And I don't think they're really looking for you. They're on multiple dating apps, because it's free for them. So these scammers, these girls that are playing around, who are just trying to get a buck or two from you, are here on these dating apps contacting 50, 100 men a week. And all they're looking for is one or two good men, just like the Army. Just one or two good men who will help them, support them, send them money, will do things for them that they don't have to be in person, or they don't have to be physical with them. Just communicate online, throw a smile, throw a sexy photo, and next thing you know, they just got trapped. Dating apps, they're old, they're obsolete, they've been used up. And a lot of us bloggers, even me included, have been paid by these dating apps to promote their apps. And remember, these apps, they have one thing in common. They want you to swipe. They're doing everything possible to keep you engaged and keep you swiping. They're not really trying to help you get off the dating app and stop swiping. Now let's talk a little bit about Facebook. Here's where I'm having the biggest problem with dating here in the Philippines is Facebook. Facebook has changed. What was Facebook 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago? It was a lot different. Now all the girls are on there and they're getting paid by Facebook to do reels, to get your attention. They have subscribers, 3,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 1.3 million followers and subscribers. They want you to pay to watch them. And what are you getting? You're not getting no real people. And when you go on there and you find somebody who you think is real, are they? Is it an AI image? I've run across so many Facebook accounts where if you really look close, it's not a real person. It's an AI image. It could be the face of the person, but the body is not. They're deceiving you. They're doing whatever it takes to get you to click a like, to get you to click on there and message them, to subscribe, to add them as a friend. And are they real? Yes, there are real people on Facebook, but man, all the detective work you have to go through to figure out if they're real. It's hard. It's hard work. It's too much work for me. And I don't want to be sitting on my couch at the end of the day with the laptop open, staring at Facebook for hours upon hours, trying to find that real girl. And when you do find the real girl, she is just so far away. Maybe she's north of Manila, or she's in the southern part of Mindanao, or she's in a totally different country. You can't count on Facebook. You can't count on dating apps to help you find somebody. And again, with Facebook and dating apps, it gets emotionally draining to play internet detective, to try to figure out if these girls are real or not, or if they're playing you or not. How many times, and I want you guys to answer truthfully, have you talked to somebody and within the first hour, they're already saying, oh, my baby hasn't eaten, she's hungry, I need money for food, I'm starving. Well, they were starving before you contacted them. How many guys do you think they ask for money? Guys, it is a war zone out there for us trying to find some good girl to be with, to date, just to go out with. to become friends with. A lot of emotional energy is wasted on Facebook and dating apps. Now, once you've lived here in the Philippines, like me, and I'm going to talk to you about me living here in Dumaguete. I've lived in expat bubbles my whole time here in the Philippines. I lived in Cebu City. I lived right around Ayala Mall and hung out there a lot and still go up there and hang out. Down here in Dumaguete, this is an expat bubble. It's not overrun with expats, but there's a lot of expats here. And what do you get when you're looking for somebody in one of these bubbles? You know that old saying, she's not yours, it's just your turn. That is so true. A lot of these women you date have been with other expats, other foreigners. That's one of the first questions I always ask. Have you been with a foreigner before? Am I your first? And you sort of get excited when they say, you're my first foreigner. It's like when I lived in Solonea condos, a lot of these girls I would watch, they're living with this one expat. And then months later, they're still in Solonea condos, but they're living in a different unit because they're with a different expat. They get used to that lifestyle of having a foreigner, an expat who's got some money, maybe an American on Social Security. It becomes comfortable for them, and it becomes easy for them to hook up with these guys. In the expat bubble, you're going to run into girls who are dating other men. Maybe they're dating you now and they're saying they're loyal, but you go have coffee, that guy you're having coffee with might have banged her last month. And that other guy might be banging her in a month from now. So dating women in the expat bubble who hang out in the expat bubble, that could be questionable at times. And here in Dumaguete City, what do I find hard here? So there's a whole group of women that I cannot have any contact with because it's too close to home. Especially here in Dumaguete. There's a lot of fine women here in Dumaguete, but it's just too close to home. So what do you got to do? You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to go travel. You got to go enjoy life. And you got to remember, this is the life you make here in the Philippines. It's not a life you make dating. It's the life that you made here, where you live. And you don't want a lot of drama. You don't want expat drama. You're dating a girl and she used to date this guy, but he still likes her, and you get caught in this threesome problem. You have to go out and look for yourself. You got to get on your bike. You got to go to Amalan. You got to go to San Carlos. You got to go over to Sikicor. You got to go to Oslo. You got to go places where you can meet girls who are not familiar with people you know. And you hope to meet them. And how do you meet them? Not on the apps, guys. You got to go there, stay a couple days, walk around the city, say hello to people. Instead of giving them a big like and hi on Facebook, give the people, hello, how are you? My name is Mike. And introduce yourself. And if there's conversation back and forth, you have to use your social skills. And you got social skills, you just forgot how to use them. You've relied on dating apps and Facebook and social media to meet so many people that you forgot how to meet people in real life. And that's what I'm trying to do now with my trips to Behold, my trips back up to Cebu City, going through Oslo and Argao and all these little communities along the way, stopping, not just rushing through, but stopping and meeting people, having a cup of coffee or a cold drink or an easy lunch and trying to meet somebody. It's hard work, but it's rewarding because when you do find that girl, you don't have to worry that she's been with 20 other guys. And not to say they all been with 20 other guys, but isn't there nothing worse than finding somebody you really like, and then when you're all done and you're comfortable with each other and you start talking about the past, you found out she's been dating Leroy and Sam and Mark last year. And she's talking online with Joe back in the US. You find out these deep, dark secrets. And a lot of women have secrets. They're going to keep the secrets from you until it's too late. There's so many beautiful places to travel. My latest travel trip was to Chaton. And Chaton's about an hour plus drive out of Dumaguete. And I had to go through Zamboanga. And I forgot about all the nice places in Zamboanga to visit. Down by the, where the cockfights are is a nice beach. And I walked on the beach, and there was a little restaurant, and I sat down, had a nice tea, and I talked to a young lady, and it was an interesting conversation. It didn't go anywhere. It's not a love connection or nothing, but it was somebody new and different. Somebody who I enjoyed talking to. And once I got to Chateau, now you're talking about small towns. And this small town has no air conditioning. I was looking for a place that had air conditioning. I wish I had air conditioning here. It's very hot today. Everybody's eating in these little restos or cafes or chicken joints. And I stopped at like 4 different ones, one after another, and said hello to the waitress and hello to the people sitting next to me and trying to make a conversation. And I met one man, an older man, I'm going to say in his 40s, with his family and his wife, a couple beautiful kids with him. And I told him I'm from Dumaguete and that I'm single and I'm, looking for somebody. Boom! Here's my cousin's name. Here's my niece's name. They're both nice, good girls of the right age I was looking for. And I have contacts that I made through networking, going somewhere out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone is sitting down with a bunch of expats and having coffee and bitching about what's going on in the U.S. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to get off of Facebook. You got to get definitely off the dating apps. And you have to go out there and explore. You have to like where you're living. You have to come here and enjoy your life. Make a life for yourself. And a good partner will show up eventually. Keep your eyes open. There's a bad habit I have. I never U-turn. Like, I'll be driving and I'll say, next sorry store, I'm going to stop and get some water. Well, that sorry store is recessed a little bit, so I don't stop. And I stop at the next one. Yesterday, I passed a very nice looking girl walking up the road. And she smiled at me, I waved at her, she waved back, and I could see in my mirror she turned around to look at me. Well, 3 miles later, I'm saying to myself, I should have turned around and said hello to her. You never know. You never know if that is the one for you. I also had that girl in Las Vegas, a beautiful Filipina. She just got in the States. You could tell she wasn't used to everything. She was on Las Vegas, she was on Boulder Highway getting gas near Samstown. And I pulled up my truck and I was getting, but she didn't know how to pump gas. Here in the Philippines, they pump the gas for you. So I helped her. I opened the lid, I put the nozzle in there, I pumped, 10, whatever the amount of gas she got. And then I got in my truck and was leaving. And as I'm leaving, she's waving. But I never turned around. Sometimes the best women in your life, you just walk on by like the song says. So guys, slow down a little bit, smell the roses, start to enjoy your life. True love, true relationships, a partner, a good friend, somebody to date will always happen upon you at some time. Don't force the issue. The worst thing you can do is force and push and push. And you meet a girl and then all of a sudden you're talking to her, hey, come live with me. Hey, do this, quit your job, do this. Don't do that. Let it soak into them that they have somebody who is interested in them. Let them make the second contact, and then you make the next one, and they make the next one. Let it develop into a full-blown relationship. Don't be in such a hurry to meet Mrs. Right, because you're going to miss Mrs. Right because you're in a hurry, and you're going to find Mrs. Wrong. Stay away from the scammers. Stay away from the dating apps, guys. I know a lot of you are on Tinder and Bumblebee and for that one-night hookup. That's fine. Swipe left. I'm tired of swiping. My wrist is sore from swiping. And I am tired of staring at Facebook at night. Facebook is being turned off. All the dating apps are being turned off. And I'm going to start traveling more to try to meet someone that is perfect for me. Until next time, guys. Thanks for watching the channel.